how does FreeWheel for TV and the premium ecosystem streaming make it more simplistic and easy, and doing so by making more direct connections between the advertiser or the buyer and the inventory and that publisher, and preserving the relationships that have been established for years and years and years, the trust that has been established for years and years and years, but make the way in which it operates much more transparent, much more simplistic, because if we want to compete as a TV category or a premium streaming category, we need to do a lot of the work that the larger digital platforms have done very effectively.
So what solution specifically is FreeWheel bringing to the table to offer to help maximize the efficiency while delivering, obviously, optimized cross-platform campaigns?
So there's a host of different ways in which we're approaching this, but I think one of the ones that most recently was announced was the launch of Universal Ads. And Universal Ads is, quite simply, a way in which to bring the simplicity of what the digital platforms, social video, have brought to the advertising community, and have that same thing happen for the streaming category. Because the ability to deliver results, the ability to provide transparent and safe content, and the other thing is the ability to drive performance for any of these brands. Sometimes they graduate from where they were in a search or maybe a social landscape, and then they need to have the ability to start to build their brand, increase their reach, and just drive greater performance for their brands overall.
So measurement across CTV, linear, and digital is still a challenge realistically.
Yep.
How is FreeWheel working to unify measurement standards and provide greater transparency to the advertisers?
There's a host of different things that we're working on, but one of the ones that's most important is the launch of our audience platform. Our audience platform is helping to deliver a lot of the value that has been hidden, is probably the best word, or the inability to extract a lot of the data, measurement, and understanding, and doing that with the buying platforms, doing that with the publishers, and making sure that buyers have that ability to more seamlessly understand where they're buying, how they're buying it, and doing it in a much more direct connection. And in doing so, take a lot of the ad tax or misunderstanding that takes place, and as always, doing it in a way that has a very trustworthy and transparent auction throughout that process.
So what specifically about Universal Ads and some of the things that you're doing is really getting you excited this year? And specifically, how's FreeWheel positioned for success?
That's a good question. No, I think one of the things, we are very humbled in the fact that globally we work with the most premium streaming companies in the world. And we've done so, and our commitment to doing that will always remain. We've also spent a lot more effort and time connecting and speaking with the buy side in order to unlock those direct connections between buyer and seller. And then the last thing that I think is a really big, important aspect of what FreeWheel's been working on is how do we unlock those direct connections in a way that gives a lot more measurement and visibility into performance. And so as we think about this year, it's direct connections, it's having a better end-to-end process between buyer and seller. And I do think we're in a very unique position to give that transparency, that optionality, and that choice to both the buy and sell sides that they haven't seen in the past.